I recently built a 7,000 listing directory website using a no-code AI building platform, only to discover a few weeks later that the front-end framework that these no-code services use are by default not super optimized for Google. You'll still rank, but not as well. These no-code services want to pop out the sleekest, fastest, nicest looking websites as possible for you, but they're not keeping in mind other factors such as SEO unless you're very specific about this the whole way through your building process. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix this issue using Cursor AI. You're going to learn the difference between client and server-side rendering, why React.js can sabotage your SEO, and how to fix this entirely. I'm going to provide you the prompts. Stick around to the end because then I'm going to show you how you can avoid this problem completely in the future so you don't have to deal with this hassle again in future builds. Let's get started. So here's the original MontessoriFind.com. How can you tell if it's server-side or client-side rendered? Well, what happens is when you're investigating stuff on your website and you right-click something and you go to inspect and it shows you over here in the console, oh, here's all the HTML. Great. You think, oh, cool, there's the H1 tag. There's everything we need for Google. Well, the problem is that's showing what your browser's rendering. The real code is here in view page source. And now you're going to see, where did everything go? That is called React. What is client-side versus server-side rendering? Client-side means everything's being rendered in the browser of the client, which is you. Server-side means the server's rendering it and displaying the page for you. Okay, so that's a really basic way of explaining it, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to show you how to fix it. React.js was made by Meta, by Facebook. It's an open source framework. It's free. It's pretty nice and convenient. We all like it. But it's not necessarily made for directories in its default state, especially as Bolt and Lovable use them. React is a JavaScript library for building user interfaces. There you go. Right here on Meta Open Source. There is the number one problem. It's for building user interfaces. It's not for building SEO directories, okay? And hey, I didn't know this either 2 months ago when I made that MontessoriFind video. So we're all learning together, right? So it's for building an interface. A directory or website project is not just an interface, it's a whole directory. So here in version 1 of MontessoriFind, it's great, it's fast, but it's all being rendered on the client side. So allow me to introduce you to MontessoriFind version 2. I'm still running this locally. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I'm going to show you how it's pretty much the same design. It's got some upgrades, which I'm really excited about. Because as you're about to see, I can view the page source and see that it's all one line here. It's minified, it's compressed, and you've got the HTML, you've got the meta tags, the title. You know, let's find the H1. There's our H1. Welcome to MontessoriFind. I obviously have some work to do still, but we've got all of everything up here. Let's go to a school page. So we're at a listing page here. I view the source. There it all is. And then obviously, if we were to go to the original MontessoriFind, even though it's super fast, we view the page source and it's just got nothing. Nothing's in there. So that's what's going on here. That's the difference between client-side and server-side rendering. So let me show you how to do it now. And if you've been relying on no-code AI tools, it's time to become an AI captain. And you're gonna have to start learning Cursor. Sorry, but it's time to vibe code the right way. Fortunately, you're in the right place, because that's what we're all about around here. We're gonna open Cursor. I got plenty of videos introducing you to Cursor and doing things in here if you've never seen them. So the very first thing you need to do, you want to set a system prompt here. And what this rule is that you're going to need, you're a multi-agent system coordinator with 2 roles, planner and executor. So you're telling the agent, be one or the other. Don't try to do both. Don't try to figure out as you go. Be a planner or an executor. Mode switching rules. When a new user request is received, if we explicitly say planner executor, proceed accordingly. If we're showing a terminal error, mark it executor and just fix it. If the mode is unclear, asks the user what to do. This will use more prompts in Cursor, thus meaning it's a little more expensive, but you're going to save so much time, it's so worth it. Okay? This prompt changed my life. This system prompt, this Cursor rule changed my life. And whoever inspired it, thank you. I forgot where it came from, somewhere on Twitter. Thank you. It's amazing. So what I've already done here is I brought in the project from Bolt, Lovable, whatever, download the zip, open it up in Cursor, and I say, hey, This is a React website, so I assume it renders client-side, but we need to render it server-side for better SEO. Now in planner mode, let's come up with a path forward for rendering all 7,000 of our website's pages on the server. Let's say we're hosting the listings on Supabase, we're deploying on Netlify. We want to give as much data as possible, okay? And so then now you can see I went through this whole conversation. So after I said cursor, this is what we're going to do. It started this scratch pad and it said, okay, Montessori Fine version 2, the server-side rendering migration plan. And here's what we need to do. And it made a whole document. Here's how we're going to do the URL structure. So we've gone through this whole conversation and we did all these steps in a row. So it knew exactly what we need to do. It made a plan beforehand. If you don't make a plan on cursor, you'll find it's easy to just go in a feedback loop. You'll just be like, why isn't it not working? But you can make it work if you have a plan. So this project status board is the best part because cursor pays attention to it and then puts a nice little box there. So as you can see here, we've done everything to migrate it already, and I've already showed you how I've already migrated it. So all that took was the prompt that I showed you and that cursor rule. And eventually, it took some time, but eventually we got there. We got there to the very end, and now we're just ready to deploy it. So all I do here is git add, git commits, server-side render. If you're new to the command line, check out the Terminal Navigation Toolkit. Link down there, everything you need to get started learning the command line so you can start vibe coding, because that's the next important thing in this world, 2025 and beyond. Learn to interface without an interface. Learn how to vibe code. Learn how to talk to your computer. Send it text messages. So that's really it. You need to walk side by side with cursor, hold its hand, answer its questions. If you don't understand one of its questions, like if it's asking for advice or how does this currently work, ask ChatGPT in a new window. Ask Claude. Figure out what you got to do. Be patient. Use these prompts. If you're using React.js, it will be able to figure it out and you can save your directory, hopefully without too much collateral damage, such as your URL hierarchy. You might have to regenerate your sitemap.xml, but as far as the purposes of what I wanted to share here, this is your solution from going client-side rendered to server-side rendered. Enhance your visibility. You don't even need to change from React, really. And the AI will walk you through it. Remember, this is how we learn as vibe builders. We face challenges, we find solutions, we implement them, and then we don't make that mistake again in the future. This is how it is to learn anything, including building with AI as non-coders. All right, so you stuck around to the end. I'm going to show you just a simple way to avoid this in the future, and that is use Astro. Don't use React. There it is. It's real simple. Here on bolt.new, you can say start a blog with Astro. And then it'll use Astro. It'll render everything on the server side. As we see right here, it's SEO friendly. Server first. Improves performance by running components on the server. Easy. Simple as that. And if I were to download this and it's running on localhost 4321, there it is. Let's view the source. View source. And there's everything. You see, even the CSS, it's not even pulling a CSS file. It's so basic. And everything there is hard-coded HTML. That's what you want for SEO. Thanks for watching. If you're trying to build with AI and get better at it, check out all the links in the description. All I'm doing these days is making resources for you guys. We even made a Discord. Come ask questions. But this is what it's all about in the age of the vibe coder. For those of us that aren't coders, we're vibe builders. And we're having a great time. Take it easy, Godspeed, and I'll see you in the next video.